Hi Sagittarius, this is for any sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius sign. We're going to take a look at the cards. We'll get a sense of the awareness or the big ideas for the week, guidance, and then possible outcomes. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups, Knight of Chalices, Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So I do get a kick out of this deck. The Knight of Chalices, or the Knight of Cups, is a card, many people say it's an offering, the opportunity perhaps for an exchange that is pleasing, that touches your emotional core, that maybe puts a smile on your face, and so perhaps for those that are looking for relationships, maybe there's a spark, or maybe there's, where you catch someone's eye or they catch your eye, and something like that. You just never know where that takes you. And in other cases, I tend to feel that the Knight of Cups is someone who's in touch with their feelings. And maybe it's a friend who shares a similar response to poetry or to different arts. There's it's that feeling deep within where you connect on the emotional level. And so sometimes people say with the Knight of Cups that it's someone who is just for the thrill of of meeting people, and maybe is not your best bet in the long term. Well, that's okay too, because it's nice just to have the feeling of being emotionally charged or excited or touched in some way. And so this week, if maybe it's something very innocuous that happens, and that you maybe upon reflection you think, oh, that was kind of a Knight of Cups moment. Somewhere where you reach across the aisle and you have that exchange that feels warm and loving and sincere and authentic. So I hope we all have something like that. That would be fabulous to start February. Then the Queen of Pentacles. I always have to laugh at the Queen of Pentacles, because as far as cards that are signifiers, that if people use signifiers, I use signifiers for myself, and mine is the Queen of Pentacles. And so this Queen of Pentacles is someone who is earthy, practical, pragmatic, creative, friendly, maybe can be a little forceful, in that maybe it's my way or the highway in some instances, maybe the shadow side of that. But the Queen of Pentacles, ruled by Venus, appreciates the finer things in life, sensuality, touch is tactile, and mostly can be very resourceful. And it can turn flea market finds into charming things as a part of a household, for example, or someone who's on top of the budget, or finds ways to make wonderful meals on a modest budget. By the same token, the Queen of Pentacles could also be very luxurious and take the time to self-care. So in terms of a weekly reading, how do we use the Queen of Pentacles to guide us? And I would say would be take time for yourself, to take care of yourself, and to maybe it's a small thing to rearrange something in your home to make it more pleasing, or to give you a sense of satisfaction that you've kind of gotten on top of the organization. And for some, maybe it's throwing things out, or shredding your papers, or regifting the books that you have already read and that are just sitting there. So the Queen of Pentacles brings the idea of beauty, of gentleness. I think mom, there's a lot of mom to me in the Queen of Pentacles, which is to take care of people. You might be taking care of someone in some small fashion. So perhaps this queen is having a wonderful Venus moment with an emotional exchange, which is awfully nice, with someone else, and maybe that moves forward or not. And then finally we have the Ace of Pentacles, which can be considered to be one of the most fortunate tarot cards that you'll see in a reading. Because the Ace of Pentacles goes towards abundance and through prosperity. And it's not just material prosperity, it's prosperity of your heart, of your soul's purpose. It's everything coming together and building a firm foundation here. And here with the Queen of Pentacles and with this offering, maybe seeking the stability and the structure. But here's the golden path. And if you do the things that you are planning to do in life, which is maybe to tuck a little bit of money away after each paycheck, to get yourself in a position to feel the security and the stability and the, here's the cloud offering the pentacle to you. It's right in front of your eyes, but you play a part in that, which is you have to be aware, you have to be thinking, you might have to be planning, and again, maybe being resourceful as the Queen of Pentacles in order to walk this path. I also feel that sometimes the Ace of Pentacles, it's, maybe it's an unexpected win for you in some way. You find what you've been looking for on eBay. You win $5 on a scratch-off ticket. You find $20 in your pocket that, the jean pocket that you forgot, that you haven't worn in a while. Sometimes that happens, and it's certainly not just about the money. There's a greater spirit with the Ace of Pentacles, which is truly abundance of life, of walking down this beautiful path and having the resources and everything that you need to be happy. And to find happiness not only through security, but through the feeling of wholeness from going down the path and doing the things that make you happy. So it's always a plus to see the Ace of Pentacles. And again, simple, practical messages might be to tend to your finances, tend to your resources, tend to the things within your home for the week. So let's choose an oracle card and let's see what we have. So this is the past, and it's through your power of love. Let me see if I can read it here. To release the stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. That's a big order, to release, the stagnant energy. And it's, I think, something that takes time. But as long as we recognize that sometimes we have to let things go, we have to let them just fade away or have a harsh ending before we can move on to open up that heart space, to allow these emotional opportunities or gifts that are presented to us, which we can then walk down this journey with. It's important to think about the past and to use the past to inform your present and what you may be thinking about for tomorrow. But to live in the past is certainly not the best strategy. It's to learn from our karmic lessons, to learn from the relationships or the events of our life that have happened. And when things are stagnant, It's a very difficult situation. And when you're stagnant, you owe yourself the opportunity, and you really must take care of that stagnant feeling. Because how can you grow? How can you evolve? And how can you create or love if you have that feeling of feeling stuck? So, a lot to think about for the week.